Hey guys, Lucky Star Shi-Roku here, and welcome to another video. I know I've been a little bit quiet lately due to obviously lockdown and such, all that stuff going on, plus also the technical difficulties I've been having with my computer. But I'm hoping everything is okay now-ish. I'm going to have to keep an eye on it just in case, but I'm still wanting to get things done, and since I am planning to continue the Let's Plays, I am planning to bring them back at some point, and I thought since we're waiting for my Let's Plays to actually get back on track, I thought I might as well do a sort of a top 10 list of games you shouldn't be expecting on the channel. Now keep in mind, I will try to branch out as much as I can for different platforms, different types of games, different genres, etc, etc. However, for one reason or another, I will also have games that I will not do on the channel for one reason or another, and I'll get into that very, very quickly. Yeah, first of all, let's just do a little bit of housekeeping before we actually get into the video. So, housekeeping before we start. Now, firstly, this format might be a little bit messy and a little bit all over the place. That's just because top 10s isn't something I usually do on the channel, and I'm just wanting to try something out. So yeah, if it's a little bit messy and a little bit not like most top 10s you've seen, that's why. Okay, secondly, this list is not ranked like most top 10 lists that you will have seen. It is all completely random due to, one, once again, I'm not used to doing top 10s, and two, I didn't really know how to rank them properly. I really couldn't decide where to put each one, so I just kind of scattered about randomly, since it's not actually ranking it based on... It's not ranking it based on anything, it's just a generalized list of things that you shouldn't expect to see on the channel anytime soon. Okay, number 3. This is by no means a definitive list, meaning some of the picks on this list may be subject to change depending on the current conditions. So some of these games are on here, like some of these may change depending on what happens. Some of these I'll definitely not be doing. Some of these I may do depending on the situation I'm in at the time. So just keep that in mind. This is not a definitive list, and some of the picks might be changed from time to time. And also fourth, last but not least, if a game didn't pop up in here and you're curious about, do feel free to ask me in the comments, and I will try and answer if I can. Keep in mind there are a lot of games in here, and obviously since there are so many games and so many different types of games, naturally I can't exactly talk about every single game in there. So naturally, there are probably a few that you might want questions about that aren't in here for that reason. Now, I did try to group as many games in here as possible into different categories. I did try to group as many together to try and cover as many bases as possible. However, since obviously there are hundreds of types of games out there and hundreds of games out there, naturally I can't cover every single one of them. So if you do have any questions as to a particular game that didn't pop up, or if I wasn't clear about something, feel free to ask me in the comments. I will be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. And also, if you want to support me in the channel, then obviously feel free to leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications, join the Discord, follow me on Twitter. Links to all that will be in the description below, so please go and do that. And with all that said, let's just get right into the video. So, coming in at number 10, we have the Marvel Cinematic Universe tie-in games. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Marvel, I love the MCU, I absolutely love Marvel, but unfortunately, the Marvel Cinematic Universe tie-in games aren't as good as the actual movies. Big example of that being, obviously, I think Hulk, the Iron Man games, and Thor in particular. I believe those are ones that were particularly bad. But again, the Hulk movie itself wasn't great anyway. But the games, I really don't think the games did it justice. I mean, I think the only tie-in game series that did any kind of justice and that were actually good is probably the Harry Potter series. So, yeah, so the Marvel tie-in games, don't expect that to be on here. As much as I love Marvel, and as much as I love the cinematic universe and all that kind of stuff, I just won't be doing it just because the games aren't... not. It will just be a waste of time, really, because the games, they're not good quality. I believe there's a few glitches here and there. That it's just all-around crap quality, in my opinion. And apparently quite a few agree with me as well. So, yeah, don't be expecting any Let's Plays of the Marvel tie-in games. I probably will be doing the Ultimate Alliance games, or at least the third one. Maybe the two, I don't know. But basically, the Ultimate Marvel Alliance, that's as close as you're going to get to a Marvel Let's Play. That's as close as you're going to get. Okay, moving on to number 9. Okay, any non-first person shooter Halo game. Now, let me quickly say, I love the Halo series. It is one of my favourite game franchises that's not a JRPG. So, I do love the Halo games. I do love the story. I do love the combat and all that kind of stuff. I absolutely love it. However, I don't feel the same way to the non-first person shooter games. So that means Halo Wars, Halo Wars 2. For obvious reasons, the arcade game, because, well, I can't exactly sneak a capture card in to hook up to the arcade machine. That, and I could get in trouble for that, so that's why I'm not doing that. And obviously I'm not a big fan of Halo Wars or Wars 2, just because basically I grew up with Halo being a first person shooter, and if it's not a first person shooter, it just doesn't feel right to me, if that makes any sense. Now, I'm not knocking it for anyone who enjoys it. If you like those games, then, you know, more power to you. But it just generally feels wrong to me. So that's so that's Halo Wars, Halo Wars 2, and obviously the 2 Spartan Assault games I won't be doing. So so number 9, any Halo game that's not a first-person shooter, just because it just doesn't feel right to me, in my opinion. Okay, coming in at number 8. This one is maybe subject to change depending on the situation. Catherine Full Body. Now, the reason this is on here, I'm still deciding whether I want to do it or not. I'm not sure at the moment. And obviously, because of the type of channel that I'm trying to be, obviously, you know, I don't do overly sexualized games. Like, yes, maybe little sexual references and just, you know, little things that are easy to turn a blind eye on now and again. Maybe, like, obviously there's, you know, somewhat suggestive themes in stuff like, you know, Persona. Like, there's somewhat suggestive themes in Persona, in the beginning of Persona 5 and a little bit in Persona 4. But they're easy to ignore. There's enough gameplay and there's enough story going on to just turn a blind eye to that kind of stuff. But, you know, Catherine, I feel like it's kind of shoved in your face a bit, personally. And I'm, you know, basically, what I do about games that are, you know, sexualized or whatever is, if it's a game that's got more interesting mechanics, if it's easy, you know, if it's not shoved in your face, as long as it's not shoving that kind of stuff down your throat, then it's fine, since it's easy to ignore and there's enough gameplay mechanics going on anyway. But again, we'll have to see. It's not just because of the sexual content in this as well, it's also because of how damn difficult the game is. Catherine is a puzzle game, and obviously I don't mind puzzles game, but it's just extremely hard, and it's just, well, I don't know. I'm still deciding whether I'll actually do this one or not, but for the moment, at least not for now. I'll take time to decide whether I want to do it or not, depending. It depends on how you guys feel. Keep in mind that I do Let's Plays more for the story than anything, so if you guys don't mind me playing on the easier modes, like easy, if you don't mind me playing on the easy modes, then I'll consider doing it, since I am doing this more for the story than anything, really. So if you guys don't mind me playing on easy, then I might consider doing it. Again, let me know in the comments if you mind me playing on easy or not. Let me know in the comments, as this is a back and forth kind of interaction. But for now at least, no, not for the moment, but we'll see what happens in the future. Okay, coming at number 7. This is one of the game categories that are subject to change probably. At the moment, the like fighting games, racing games, and party games. I put mostly Mario on here because those are the biggest examples of those types of games. For now, no, I'm not going to be able to do them just because it is a co-op thing, and for the most part, I am a single-player YouTuber. I do mostly single-player stuff. The main reason because, no, don't get it wrong, I don't hate co-op or anything like that. It's just single-player is a bit easier to do because with single-player I don't have to arrange any complicated arrangements to have friends come round, and I don't have to organise it around their time. I can just do it whenever I feel like. Plus, if it's online stuff, it means if I lose the internet connection, it means I can still go on with the episode even if I lose the internet. So I'm not against co-op. It's just easier for me to do single player stuff, and yeah, these types of games just aren't as fun in single player. So for now, at the moment, I won't be doing them. However, if I am able to arrange something in the future, like if I'm able to arrange a friend to record with me, and if I'm able to organise a time that's okay with both of us, then yes, I'll do it, but not as a let's play. Probably as just a one-off like filler kind of series, if anything, probably. Again, we'll have to see what happens there. Again, can't really do anything right now due to you know, what's going on at the moment. I don't want to say it because obviously YouTubers have been having issues with saying it by name, but you guys know what's going on. I don't have to say it. But yeah, for now, I'm not going to be doing those games. At least not for now. Alright, coming at number 6, Disney games. Games that are made by Disney specifically. So now I do understand that they do some, you know, alright games, but me and Disney, let's just say me and Disney have had a bit of a interesting relationship, to say the least. Like, let's just say me and Disney have kind of had a bit of bad blood since as long as I can remember. Like, I'm not a big fan of Disney games personally. I'm not a big fan of Disney movies. Like, you know, I'm not a big fan of Disney movies like, you know, The Lion King or anything like that. Not really my cup of tea. And Disney games, not really a big fan of either. Plus, the amount of copyright within the games that I'd need to cut out for Let's Plays and such, so that'd be awkward on me, since I don't know what's copyright and what's not. So I'm just playing it very, very safe there, that, and obviously me and Disney have an interesting relationship. Now, I'm not completely against Disney things, since once in a blue moon they do something that I enjoy. Like, for example, I enjoyed Maleficent, I enjoyed Big Hero 6, I enjoyed Wreck-It Ralph. There's a few other things here and there that I generally enjoy, but most Disney things not really my cup of tea. You know, they're a bit too perfect. I mean, yes, I like lightheartedness here and there. I don't like musicals, so Frozen's out the window for me. I don't like musicals. I like lightheartedness, but I like it to be balanced between comedy and darkness. So I like a bit of balance between lightheartedness, darkness, and obviously comedy. But Disney, I think it's, personally for me, I think it's a little too lighthearted at times. That's mainly why I don't really like it. I feel it's too perfect. I just think the, you know, the perfect happy, you know, they lived happily ever after. I think that's a little bit too cliche for me personally, and I'm just not a fan of it. Like, obviously I don't want like a super dark ending all the time, but I just want something that's less cliche, if that makes any sense. Like, you know, have a few things here and there in between, but yeah, I don't want anything too cliche, if that makes any sense. And of course that also means like there's also games like, obviously, what's it called, Kingdom Hearts, which I've heard is a good series. I heard Kingdom Hearts is a good series, but again, I just don't like the mascots, like Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy. Now, the other characters, if it was just the other main character, the guy holding the Keyblade, I can't remember his name right now, but if it was just him as the main character in the cutscenes and other characters, I wouldn't mind as much. Because it is an RPG, and I love RPGs as much as the next person, but it's just the other characters that are in there, and they're in the cutscenes, and I just can't take the voices seriously of Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. It just, it's supposed. I prefer to take the games to heart, and I prefer to take the stories to heart. Like, if a game gets dark and serious, I like to take it for face value and then get immersed. But if there's something dark and something serious going on, and then all you hear is Mickey Mouse's high-pitched voice or Donald Duck's choked throat kind of voice, it just kind of takes me out of it. It just, I'm not immersed, and I just can't take it seriously anymore. That's the problem I have with those. I'm not knocking I'm not knocking Kingdom of Hearts or anything. It's just I can't take those characters seriously, and it just takes me completely out of the game. I just can't take it seriously. If they weren't in the cutscenes, then I wouldn't mind. Obviously, I can't skip the cutscenes due to, well, I like to add it in the videos, but you pretty much get my picture of what I'm trying to say here, the main problem I have. So, coming in at number 5, the big main franchises like Grand Theft Auto, Saints Row, and Call of Duty. Those big franchises plus any other franchise like it. Now, I understand that they are fairly big series and quite a few people like them. However, I don't feel the same way. The main reason these are on here is because I really don't like COD, and GTA and Saints Row, I feel like they're a bit too unnecessarily vulgar, if that makes any sense. Like, yes, I allow a little bit of, bit of violence here and there if it's necessary, if it's due, like, but, and plus a little bit of swearing here and there, but only if it's necessary within the context or whatever. But I really think that Saints Row and GTA, I just think those games are, personally, I think they're unnecessarily vulgar, and I feel like that they're just, I feel like that they're just vulgar for the sake of being vulgar, pretty much, and that's the main reason. Like, yes, I allow a bit of violence here and there on the channel, but not unnecessarily. And it's just, I just generally don't like those series personally, just because they're just crude for the sake of being crude, really, which is a big problem with me. Again, that was initially one of the issues I had with Catherine originally, but then I had a change of heart and I thought maybe it's not too bad. But this lot is definitely a no-go. Basically, it's just. Basically, I have standards on the channel, and this does not stand up to them very well. So, number 5, Saints Row, GTA, and Call of Duty franchise. Don't expect to see any of that on the channel anytime soon. Okay, coming in number 4, the Lego games. Now, don't get me wrong. I've heard a lot of, the Lego games I've heard are fairly decent, and I've heard they do decently well, but I don't particularly care for the Lego games because when it comes to the story, I much prefer things to go exactly as they went in the books or movies, and I know it's very, very subtle, and I know it's for I know they have reasons for doing it, but personally for me, I just don't like most Lego games because I feel they just, I don't know, I kind of feel like they just ruin the continuity for me personally. Like, okay, first of all, spoilers for Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets / years 1 to 4, like Lego years 1 to 4 and Chamber of Secrets. Massive spoiler warning here for anyone who's not seen the movie or played the game. So that's your warning. Okay, spoiler warning over. Well, spoilers about to happen here, but basically, in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, in the actual game on PS2 and PC, basically, Ginny is supposed to be, well, unconscious. I won't say dead because she's technically still alive at that point, but she's supposed to be unconscious through the entire Basilisk fight. Whereas in years 1 to 4, in the Chamber Secret storyline, she gets up to help you in the actual fight, which I don't like. I understand why they did it. I understand they did it because of obviously the co-op system and whatever, but I personally don't like it at all. I prefer games that are based on books or movies. I'd much prefer them to be more I'd much prefer it if they stuck to the source material and had it play out exactly as it went out initially. So that is my main reason for not wanting to do the Lego games, just because I feel what I see, most of the games just aren't true to what the actual source material is, and that's now again, I'm not knocking Lego games. If anyone enjoys them, whatever. Again, more power to you, but it just kind of drags me out of it, really, and I'd much prefer games to be true to the actual story, if that makes any sense. Okay, moving on to number 3. Games that have a reputation for being bad. So, what I mean by games like this is I'm talking about games like Metroid Other M, Duke Nukem Forever, Sonic 06, Ruby, Grim Eclipse. There's probably a few other games that I'm completely forgetting at this point. Conquer Live and Reloaded. What else? Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. You know, those types of games. Games that are well known for being bad. Games that have been through development hell. Things that were rushed for Christmas or whatever. Those types of games, or just generally games that don't have that much development into it and just, you know, very, very bare bones. Those types of games, I'm not going to be doing those types of games because I prefer playing quality games on the channel, meaning I want the games to be at least decent, at least playable. You know, maybe they aren't, like, for example, I might do a few games that aren't as well liked, per se, but I enjoy them anyway. I'll do those types of games. So, for example, I might do Goblet of Fire I might do Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, which I believe is considered to be one of the worst games out of the Harry Potter game series. But I'm still probably going to do it anyway, because it's at least decent, and it's at least it wasn't rushed, and at least it wasn't rushed or anything like that. You know, basically, if the game is decent, if the game is not glitched, if the game is not rushed or development hell or whatever, you know, if the game is at least at a state where you can consider it a game, if it's not in that state where it's too bugged to be considered a game, then I won't do it. But yes, I thought that bit would be obvious, but I just wanted to say it just for good measure. So yeah, don't be expecting any games like that. So Sonic 06, Metroid Other M, Ruby Grim Eclipse, Conquer Live and Reloaded. Few of the games I'm probably completely forgetting about. But yeah, moving on to number 2, Telltale games. Alright, now I know Telltale are good and they do good story, which, you know, I like. Don't get it wrong, I like games with a good story, but there is something else that I like with my games on the channel. There is something I like with my games in general. Gameplay. And that's an area where Telltale really, really flop in the biggest way. Now, again, I don't mean any ill will towards any developers or Telltale or anyone like that. I don't mean any offense by anything I say here. It's just a personal problem I have. You know, it's all personal, and again, Don't take any of this personally, as it's just my opinion on how I personally feel about the game. So I don't mean any ill will or any offense at all. It's just personally how I feel, and this is really a personal issue. But something I like with my games is gameplay, and there's not enough. Like, yes, there are quick time events here and there, but I prefer a lot more gameplay. Like, it's more or less like with Telltale games. It's more or less it's more of an interactive movie than anything. Which, you know, I know some people like that, but not me. I like a lot more gameplay on my games. Like, I like properly being able to move the characters around. I like being able to pick choices. I like being able to just explore and just, you know, just have fun with it. Not just little bits here and there. Like, two things that I like to have in my games are story and gameplay. And that second area is where Telltale really, really lacks, in my opinion. So again, I don't mean anything against Telltale or any developers here personally. I just, you know, it's just, again, I've explained my reasons already, and it's just an issue that I have personally. It's, again, no ill will towards anyone here. It's just my own personal opinion and how I feel. And lastly but not least, coming at number 1, which I'm sure a lot of you probably saw this coming. It had to be in here somewhere. But coming in at number 1, Fortnite. Now, I know I think Fortnite probably is divided at this point. A lot of people like it, and some people absolutely hate it, me included. Because, I mean, Fortnite at this point is a meme. If you think about, like, like, there's memes of it absolutely everywhere, and I really, really, really can't stand it. Honestly, if you've been on this channel for a decent length of time, you'll know that we don't exactly like memes on this channel. Again, I'll probably do a video on that at some point. Like, I'll do a video. I might do a video on that at some point in the future. Maybe, we'll see. But for those who are new to the channel will know that we aren't exactly big on memes on this channel. So, yeah, basically, I've seen Fortnite absolutely everywhere, and I was really hoping, like, yes, it would come out, it would be there for for a little while, and then it would just die out. But no, it just got worse. And I am sick to death of hearing and seeing it absolutely everywhere by now. Everywhere you go, it's on Twitch, it's on YouTube, it's absolutely everywhere. It's in stores, like back before the lockdown. It was absolutely everywhere. It was on announcements, and you just could not get away from it. Hence, that's the big reason I hate memes. How you can't get away from them no matter what you do. So, naturally, it had to be addressed here. But yeah, don't expect any Let's Plays of Fortnite or anything like that. I will not be doing it at all, because not even as a filler, because it's, honestly, I just want to see rid of it, if I'm being honest. Again, if you enjoy it, then, you know, more power to you, I guess. But personally, the sooner that Fortnite dies, the better for me personally. But again, I just feel like it needs to be addressed, and that is gonna about do it for this video. Again, I just want to do this video before, since eventually the channel was going to come back eventually, so with Let's Plays, and I just want to do a few videos in preparation for that, just so you guys know. I know you're expecting Let's Plays on what I can do, and I just want to put a list of what you shouldn't expect on the channel anytime soon. I hope this video was helpful. If you liked in this video and you thought it was insightful, obviously leave a like or a comment. Also, if there are any games on here that I wasn't clear about, or any games that didn't pop up that you want questions about, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I will try to answer them if I can. Again, like I said, there are over 100 games out in existence, and I obviously can't cover every last one of them. So if there's a game that you have an inquiry about, if you want to ask about whether I would consider doing it on the channel or not, feel free to ask. I will try and answer as best I can. Again, if you like this video and want to support me and the channel, then feel free to leave a like on your way out. That'll be greatly appreciated. And also it'll help me out because obviously you know, it'll tell YouTube to put the videos out. It'll tell me that you guys are enjoying what I'm doing. So I would greatly appreciate a like, share, all that good stuff. If you are new to the channel and want to see more from the Let's Plays and just other things I do in general, if you are new here, then feel free to subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, links to all that will be in the description below. And also don't forget to ring the bell and turn on notifications. And also just check your sub box every now and again just to make sure you are getting my videos, as YouTube does like to hide videos these days, so do make sure you do that just to make sure you are getting them. And worst comes to worst, you can just go to my channel directly and find the videos there. And I think that's all I want to say for now. So if you did enjoy this video, then do feel free to leave a like on your way out. If you are new here, obviously subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, follow me on Twitter, links to all that will be in the description below. All that will be very much appreciated. And obviously make sure you ring the bell and check your sub box every now and again to make sure you are getting my videos. Worst case scenario, you can just find the videos directly on my channel. And with all that said, I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, have a good day, you guys.